Welcome to the Mouthpiece. We're back from Australia, and we're back from the Borgata. It didn't work out so well for me, but there's always another tournament coming up soon. I played my heart out. It wasn't meant to be. We're going to talk about those two things. We're going to talk about my hand of the week, and we're going to talk about a bunch of up-and-coming events. Coming to you next on the Mouthpiece. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. Australia is over. I flew in from Australia about a week ago. Another great, fantastic time down there. The people, once again, were wonderful, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I even got a chance to play tennis with a pro and with Gus, which I lost $40,000 in a proposition bet, which I think I got railroaded. I ran a lot out there. I did a lot of cool things out there. Played a lot of poker. We had an amazing 4 and 800 live game. Omaha 8 or better, Omaha High and Limit Hold'em. Positive expectation. I probably should have won $300,000. I found a way to run as bad as I can run and lose $11,000. Losing $11,000 and running as bad as you can run. So, whatever it was, it was. The tournament, as it turns out, I didn't play the $100,000 buy-in. I just not, like I said before, just not the type of person that has ego contests that just wants to play with all great players to see who can get lucky. I decided to not put up the money for that and not play. Congratulations to Howard Lederer for winning that tournament. He wanted to win it, he said, real bad before it started, and I'm happy for him. So that was a nice million and a good victory for Full Tilt Poker. As far as the main tournament goes, I played into day 3, where I felt I played probably the best poker I was capable of playing. Day 1, I was completely card dead and drew absolutely the worst table available. There were so many juicy tables and so many bad players, but they found a way to draw me the worst seat with the worst table on the first day, on day 1. It was unbelievable. So finally, after we got off this table, I got moved to another table with a couple of fish cakes, but they went broke before I got a chance to get any of the money, and they moved 2 tight players in, and so I found myself with $12,000 in chips with about 2 hours to go in day 1. But the one thing good about this table is they were playing with the new players that moved in. They were playing somewhat tight, and I kind of went to work and really stole a ton of blinds and antes to move myself by the end of the day to $36,000 in chips, which was almost 2-to-1 in chips, starting with 20. And I felt that I couldn't have played any better than that. To have $36,000 after day 1 was absolutely. I don't even know if anybody else could even made it through. So I was really pleased with myself there. Went into day 2. Completely card dead again, drawing once again the worst table in the joint. Grinded and grinded and grinded and grinded and grinded and stayed between like 15 and 25,000 for what seemed like 6 hours. Finally, I took down. I was picking my spots, and taking down blinds and antes and scratching and clawing, and I clawed my way up to like 50,000, which is really not much here when we're playing the blinds and antes. We're up to like. I think we're up to 1 and 2,000. So, and then I caught the hand I waited for 2 days for. I picked up queens. I picked up aces. I made a big raise on him. He put it all in. I won the pot. I got up to 100,000. Wow! Here I was. Average chips were 110,000, and I'm up to 100 now. So, but it didn't really mean anything. Then. I proceeded to tell myself, okay, I got an hour and 15 minutes left. I got 100,000. Let's chop some blinds and antes and cruise on into day 3 with 120,000 and then give ourselves a shot. Well, as it turns out, I never won another chip the next hour and 15 minutes. I raised 4 blinds in an hour and 15 minutes and got re-raised all 4 times. And at 7,500 a round, I found a way to go into day 3 with 65,000 in chips. It was disappointing, but I knew myself, who's considered a really good short stack player, could maneuver my way and give myself a shot. And went into day 3. First 3 hands go by, nothing. and the next guy raised to 10,000, and I felt like he wasn't that strong, and I drew a great table on day 3. I had a guy with 480,000 chips. He was like the chip leader from day 1. I watched him play complete maniac, and then there was 2 other bad players on the table, and I said, just please, God, let me double up once, and I got a shot at winning this tournament. So I re-raised with 2 9s to 30,000, and the maniac in the small blind goes all in, and he instantly went all in, and to me, I was positive he had ace-king, but, I mean, he could have had an overpair. But now the guy in the big blind's in the tank forever. And now I'm thinking, wow, you know, if he calls, I'm dead for sure. So after like 2 minutes, he folds. The original raiser folds. And I came back to me. I had 28,000 left. And even if I was 4-1 dog, I had to call. There was already I was getting 4-1 on my money, so I called, and the big blind said he threw ace king away. The original raiser said he threw ace queen away, and the small blind turns up ace king. So I loved my spot. The flop came 10-10-6, and I was pretty ecstatic. I was going to double up, and I was going to have 130,000 in chips, and at the best table I've seen, and came deuce on the turn and an ace on the river. So I had 3 losers in the deck, and it was pretty unfortunate. I didn't see it coming because I really played so great for 2 days that I thought I was going to get rewarded and win this pot. But it wasn't meant to be. I finished 93rd. They paid 80 spots out of 790 players. You know, I outlasted 700 without ever having a hand, and I was pretty happy with myself. Well, we just got back from Borgata yesterday, and it was a rough time at the Borgata. I started off on day 1. I thought I played as good, if not as good as I could possibly play. I doubled up to 67,000 in chips about an hour and a half into the tournament, which was huge for me to have chips on day 1. But after that, I pretty much never had a playable hand and never was able to accumulate my chip stack. And you know, everybody knows on day 1 that you just really the blinds are quarter 50, 50, 100, 75, 150. There's just nothing to accumulate. I was pretty card dead, but I found a way to grind myself after day 1 to 69,000 in chips, which put me in 34th place. We started with 500-something people. So I went into day 2 with tremendous confidence that I was going to have a good run in the Borgata. Since I had so many chips, we came back with the blind structure, only starting off at 300, 600, and 70,000 in chips. I was pretty happy. I proceeded to run that 69,000 into 90,000 in chips, 89,000 in chips, just by taking down blinds and antes and chopping, and I was real happy. It was I was playing good, things were going good, and then all of a sudden, the couple of people, the kind of fish kicks that broke from the left of my table got replaced by tough players, real aggressive players, people that wouldn't let you take a blind, people that wouldn't let you take anything. And I picked it up right away. It wasn't like I did in other tournaments where I tried to force the action. So now I had to kind of like go into hibernation. I couldn't, I know every time I raised, they challenged me every hand. And I didn't want to play challenge poker. I don't like to play that. Everybody knows that I like to play small poker when I like to be patient. And I had great patience. And I never picked up a hand for like 4 hours. And I grinded my way. I was down from 90 to like 57,000. And then came the hand that you could say I blew up on. It's anywhere between a blow up and a misread. Lady raised 2,500. It looked like a weak raise, and I looked at 2 7s. I was like the best. To me, that was like 2 aces. I hadn't seen a hand in hours. I called the 2,500 behind her, and the guy I've played with many a times, you know, and I know he likes to squeeze, and he looks, he thinks, and he re-raises it 7,500. And he made it 7,000 more to call, which seemed like a really, really super high raise for this point. Not to mention that I just felt like he was trying to pick up the pot. And when I play well, even when I feel that way, I most of the time let them have it because I'm out of position and I don't want to put myself in a spot where I risk so many chips against, you know, a situation where it's possible I could be wrong. And but my frustration sunk in, and I decided that I'm going to go with my read that he definitely 100% sure has ace king or ace queen, and I'm going to call with these 7s, and if it doesn't come an ace king or queen, we're going to play a pot. And I wish I didn't do this because it's just not like me out of position to call and do this, but Unfortunately, because of my frustration and I found losing my, I guess you could say I lost my patience there, and I called the 7,000, and of course, the flop, God forbid, could come something there, or maybe I can get away from the hand. Of course, it comes the deuce 5-8, and I checked, and now he bets like, now I've got like 45,000 left, and he bets 35,000. And I was just like, oh, for sure he doesn't. I mean, for sure, there's no way this guy's got a hand, you know. And, you know, good players, and I'll give him credit, you know, that's how you trick a good player into giving up the chips. And the big overbet against me and the read that I had. I mean, I never fall for the big overbet. Usually, you know, the big overbet with a good player usually means strength. But like the sucker I am, I fell for it, and I moved in for the extra 8,000, and he showed me 2 kings, and out the door I went. And so I risked 57,000 in a pot playing. We're only playing 6 and 1,200 blinds, and it was pretty sad to go out that way. So my finally getting frustrated, and I went with my read. You know, a lot of people say you went with your read, so it's not so bad, but you know, I didn't need to double up to 114,000 there. I mean, I could just chop away and wait for a better spot. I made a mistake. I came home, and that's about it. All right, my hand of the week, brought to you by FullTiltPoker.com. That's where I work. That's where I'm at, FullTiltPoker.com. Pro Player Energy, Drink Pro Player, www.drinkproplayer.com, and by Skin Industries, www.Skin Industries. If you want some Skin Industry t-shirts, they're cool as you can go and buy some there. My hand of the week comes to you by Full Tilt Poker in the 25-50 No Limit Hold'em game. So many hands of the week this week and last week and the week before, but this one here has to stick into my head because it is definitely the biggest pot I have ever won in a quarter 50 online game. I played for so many hours and played controlled poker, and I thought I played as good as I was capable of playing. The guy I was playing against, I thought was the best player at the table beside me, and he played great too. He had a $24,000 stack on one table, a $37,000 stack on another table. I had a $23,000 stack on one table and a $24,000 stack on another table. We had probably both been playing for 12 hours when this hand came up. He raised it to 150. I've been smooth calling behind him almost all day in position, trying not to play big pots with him without a big hand because we were both so deep. And anybody that knows when you're 25, 30,000 deep in quarter 50, that's, you know, it's a big game. So he raised under the gun, and I re-raised him to 600 with 2 kings. And here's where I think he made a big mistake. His first big mistake is by calling my re-raise, because even if he flops a set, there's no way he's going to stack me, even if I have aces or kings, because I'm just not going to let him stack me, because I'm not going to play that big a pot with him. So I thought that was his mistake number one. But after the flop come down, king 9-5 with 2 hearts, he checked it. I flopped top set. I bet 1,200, and he raised me 2,900 more. Now, he is somebody who has stayed out of my way and not check raised me big without a big hand. I knew right then and there he flopped a set of 5s or a set of 9s, and I was just like saying, can this be real? Can this be real? Is this really going to happen? Or can this guy get away from it? And I really thought, I mean, I'm going to say it online straight out, that this guy is the best player I played with online. He was capable of getting away from it. So I had to decide, you know, what am I going to do? If he has the set that I'm almost sure that he does have, if I shove it, he knows I'm not shoving one pair of aces into a guy who has 25,000 with one pair. I mean, he knows that. He knows I'm not going to shove a flush draw, so I thought that would be the wrong thing to do. So I decided to raise him. I made it 5,700 to go, so I raised him about 28. He raised it 2,700. I raised it 2,800 more on top of that. I wanted to look like it was a feeler bet that I had aces, maybe ace king, see where he's at. And he actually went into the tank, and the clock started ticking. And I believe, I haven't talked to that, he was, that he felt that I had the 3 kings. He decided to shove all in, which I insta-called. He had the 3 9s. And Mike The Mouth Matusow took down the biggest pot in quarter 50 history in his life of 50,000 today. So that is my hand of the week on the Mouthpiece. I do want to say he did get cooler than this hand But he had a lot of ways to possibly get away from this hand. He knew that I was staying away from him. A lot of people will say, how do you get away from 3 9s in this spot? The way the betting went and the way I played against him all day, he didn't have to play that big a pot. He could have re-raised me 5,000 more, and if I even winked at the pot, possibly gotten away from it. But that doesn't mean anything. The kid's a great player. I was very impressed with how he played. I finally got the cooler to go my way. That's our hand of the week. All right, everybody, it's my favorite time of the show. We're getting into the phone calls. You get to talk to Mike The Mouth Matusow. Light up the calls, light up the phones. I think we're going to have a lot of calls this week. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. It's Mike.
Hey, Mike. This is Roadblock, man. You added me one of your friends on MySpace.
Hey, Roadblock. How you doing today, buddy?
Not much. Hey, I don't know if you remember, I did email you about trading my services for lessons.
Aha. I think you are the... yes, I think I do know who you are.
Yeah, I'm the big fat chef in Key West, Florida.
Right. But how are you going to be a chef if you're all the way over there? What, are you going to come over and live with me?
No, do that. I'd fly in for a week or something like that and cook for you and just get some pointers and whatnot, you know?
That sounds good. Yeah, well, why don't you, I didn't get back to you on that because I didn't know exactly how to answer that. But give me a MySpace message today or tomorrow, and I'll give you, and leave your number, I'll give you a call. How's that sound?
All right, cool. Look, I do have a question.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm in these sit and goes, right? Mm-hmm. And, you know, you get the fucking anxious people that just want to, you know, go all in, you know, just to see if they can do something.
Right.
Try and do a hero bet.
You playing turbo or regular?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Excuse me?
Turbo,
just regular. Just regular.
All right.
You know, when you know you've got a good hand, I mean, it takes a lot of patience and balls to fold.
Well,
you know, but how do you
when you're playing sit and goes, because I mean, you're talking about like a 9-headed table, right?
Right, 9.
Yeah. You know, the correct way to play them is just play the tight as you can until you get rid of like 3 or 4 players, and you get down to like 5 people,
right.
and the limits go up, and then you just got to move. You just got to be aggressive and take blinds and antes, and just pretty much pray you don't run into a hand. That's pretty much how I play them, and that's how most players play them.
Yeah, I do all right till, you know, the donks go away, you know, there's 3, 4 gone, whatever. And the people at the rest of the table, they won't play back into me because they know I'm only playing good hands at that point.
Well, that's
so maybe
where you have to change gears. That's where you have to get aggressive and start playing. Once you lose 4 players, you got to start just shifting gear into a fast gear and pretty much playing late position any 2 cards without even looking at them. Raising it like 3 times. Raising it like 2 times. Raising it like 2 times the blind. That's what I do.
Right. Okay.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for the call. Bye. Later. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. We're back, and we're back in action.
Mikey, what's up?
What it be, brother? Where you from? Who is this?
I'm from Oregon. Jay from Oregon.
Oregon. What's up, Oregon? How's it going?
Not too bad. What you been up to?
I've been up to playing long hours of internet poker and not sleeping very much, and
yeah, that's kind of how it is when you got money online. I always notice I sleep better when I'm broke.
I'm kind of like you're talking to me right now, delirious. I started playing last night at 11:30 at night, and I haven't been to bed yet. I just quit at 2 in the afternoon, and I feel like death. But that's okay. It was all right. It was interesting.
Well, I just took the sickest beat last night on Stars. I was just calling to let you know. If I have time, give you the hand.
You don't know what sick beats are, man. When you lose a $100,000 pot, when you have quads to a runner straight flush gutter ball, then you can talk to me.
Listen to this one.
No, I'm not. I won't listen to a bad beat story on my show. You can ask me a question. You can say what you want to me, but I will not listen to a bad beat story.
Okay, how about this?
Right,
where do you rate Kenny Tran in live No Limit players?
Kenny Tran's a good player, but his fucking his ego's so damn big that his ego's so big that it doesn't matter. What's that?
Kenny Tran or Patrick Antonius heads up.
No Limit Hold'em? I'll take Kenny.
Yeah, No Limit Hold'em live.
I'll take Kenny Tran.
Kenny Tran? You're an idiot. That's what I'm trying to tell my buddy.
Patrick's a PLO player. He's way better PLO player than he is no limit hold'em.
Yeah.
So, but Patrick runs like God. I mean, Patrick is. You know, they've turned Patrick into some god, which I don't blame him. I would think the guy's a god. The guy never loses a pot. It's easy to be a god when you never lose a pot. You know.
Yeah.
For the first 2 years of me playing professionally, I never lost 2 days in a row. You know, what was I just that much better then than I am now? It runs in streaks. He's a great player, Patrick, but he runs like God.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks for the call, man. Call me anytime.
Hey, it was good talking to you.
You got it. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. We are back in action. Who's this?
Mike. About time, Mikey. This is Eric from Philadelphia.
Eric, I was just in Philadelphia. How come you didn't look me up?
How come I didn't look you up? What were you doing in Philadelphia?
Well, you should fucking know what I was doing in Philadelphia. I was out to Borgata, man.
Oh, that's right.
Flew into Philadelphia, took a limo to the Borgata, and played the tournament there, and thought I played well, and then I had a mic. Well, I don't know if I had a blow up. It was just a fuck up, and out the door I went.
How was I haven't read about the Borgata yet, but how's Australia? You guys were there for a couple weeks.
Australia was great. I love Australia. I swear to you, if I could sell my house tomorrow, I would live in Australia. It's such a beautiful. The people are so nice. I mean, nobody realizes like the country we live in. Everybody's miserable and everybody's out for themselves. When you go to Australia, they're brought up to like enjoy life from the second they wake up, and everybody's happy. And I didn't make one person that was unhappy in Australia, and I haven't in 2 years. And I had a good time.
Wow.
Played in a great cash game. I should have won probably $400,000. I found a way to run as bad as I could run and lose 11. But I played phenomenal in the tournament. Gave myself a chance and just got kind of unlucky.
Yeah, it happens. It just seems like I don't know. A lot of people say poker's skill, which it is, but I mean, it just seems like once you get to a certain level of players, it seems like luck.
You know, you got to play great, but if you ain't lucky, you'll never win a hand in poker, and you'll never win anything. So, you know. Right. I get a kick out of like how great this guy is or how great this guy is. Let me tell you something. If that guy, if that guy ran like I did, I mean, this guy wouldn't be nothing. You know, I know you don't ever have to win any hands in poker, and it runs in streaks. And when you're running good, you think you're better than you are, and when you're running bad, you think you're worse than you are, and that's how poker works.
Yeah, it's definitely a roller coaster, but. Yeah. I seem to find a way to play it every day still. So,
like the people in Philadelphia, they're really like not nice people there, are they? Like,
yeah,
even at the airport, they're like so rude.
Yeah, they are. Like the East Coast is
like you're doing them a favor or something. I mean, it's just like, how you doing today, sir? I mean, you didn't get any of that. You just got like, I don't even know how to explain it, but anyhow,
I moved from Philadelphia. Yeah,
I appreciate the call.
I missed your show last few weeks. Got to see you back on.
Yeah, we'll be back on, and I'm going to be going down to L.A., playing down in L.A., but I'm going to try and hopefully find a way to finagle a way to get the show done in between there so we don't miss any.
All right.
Thanks for the call.
I just read your MySpace post about somebody posting on Facebook or something about your being you or something.
Yeah, that's not me. Yeah, we're trying to get rid of that.
What's up with that? Can't they get in trouble for that? Or?
We're trying to get rid of it. That's all we're trying to do right now.
Oh, okay. All righty. Well, good luck, Mike.
Later, bud.
Take care, bud.
Welcome to the Mouthpiece. We're back in action. Who's this?
This is Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. Where are you calling from, Sean?
I'm calling from England.
Oh, hello, Sean. From England.
I'm just wondering if you want to play Heads Up for a Cool Million.
Oh, Heads Up for a Cool Million. I would love to, but you know anybody that can loan me the million to play you Head Up?
Play some no-limit Texas Hold'em.
Sounds like a plan. How you doing, buddy?
Well, you come to England and we'll play, all right?
I am always in England, Mr. Connery, and I would love to meet you. Now,
well, the pot will be mine.
The pot will be yours. I told you got to loan me $1 million, and then we will play, and then we'll see who wins. And if I win, then I'll give you your loan back, and I'll be up $1 million. If you win, then I'll just owe you $2 million. Is that cool?
Have you ever seen my film Finding Forrester?
Finding Forrester. Yes.
Well, just like the boy in that movie, I'll be your mentor, and you'll be the dumb boy.
Sounds great to me. Thanks for the phone call, my friend.
Oh, I gotta go. I'm filming a movie right now.
All right, buddy. Enjoy your movie. Take care. Thanks for the call. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. We're back in action. Who's this?
It's John from Santa Barbara.
Hey, John from Santa Barbara. How you doing today?
All right, and you?
I am doing good now that you're on the phone. How things been going?
Mikey, I see you killing it online. What's going on?
Well, I don't know if you noticed that. Were you watching today?
I saw you playing 8 or better 2 nights ago, and you were up to 35.
Yeah.
And then I went to bed last night, and you're playing like four tables with just $5,000.
Well, yeah, I just started. I'm trying a new method. I'm trying a multi-table, like 4 9-handed ring games. Have you noticed Full Tilt hadn't had any ring game 9-handed for like a year and a half?
I saw you today. I see you today, and you're sitting with 60 and 20.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. I won a pretty big pot, a $50,000 pot, which will be my hand of the week today. So it was pretty amazing. But as much as it looks like I'm killing it, I'm actually like 8,000 winner for the week because I lost real big in the 3-600 Omaha this morning, and I took a pretty big loss the other day. So at least I'm holding my own, and I think that I'm playing really well, and I think I've made the adjustment. I think I'm going to stick with these ring games to lower my variance and just play more games. So if I run bad in 1 or 2 games, I get them back in the other games, and I won't be so bad. You know what I mean?
I got you. I got a question for you. Can I ask you about a hand?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So I'm playing 10-20 at Commerce.
All right.
And I bought in for 2,500. I'm up to about 65.
All right.
And I pick up 9-10 of hearts in the big blind.
Okay.
And it's limped around, so I just check it. Flop comes 9 Jack Queen of hearts.
9 Jack Queen of hearts. And how many people are in?
It's like the whole table limped in.
I would have led the pot for about 290.
I let out for 350.
All right, that's fine.
Okay, it was a bit more than the pot, but I was just like, if somebody has a good hand, then I'd rather.
Well, you're going to know a straight. The only thing that's going to call you there is going to be a straight, and you're going to know if it's straight if somebody's got it, and you got to find out how deep they are.
I get one caller, and it's the button.
Okay.
And the turn comes a king.
Okay.
Just the king of diamonds.
I would have checked the turn card. I would check the turn card for one reason. You got the flush draw. The chances are he either A, flopped a straight or had a 10 in his hand, which could have been ace 10. I would have checked it and tried to keep the pot small right there. I don't see any upside of betting there. I think you could check call probably the guy would, if the guy does bet, he's going to bet like 1,000, and if he doesn't bet, you know where you're at anyhow.
Well, he bet 2,500.
You checked and he bet 2,500?
He bet 2,500, yeah.
But you were first to act. What did you do?
I checked, and then he bet 2,500. What do you do there?
Well, it's a tough decision. Wow, that's a really tough spot. But you got to remember, you only have 350 invested in the pot. Okay, 370.
Yeah, I know.
So chances are he's got a 10 too. Okay, so you're putting in. You're putting in 2,500 to win 370. Okay, which is I would fold the hand. You got to hit the heart to get the payday, and I don't think you can get. You don't know if you can get paid if you hit the heart. I would probably fold the hand.
All right, well, that's where I guess I screwed up because I called, and the river came a 5 of hearts.
Wow.
And
you he had ace 10 of hearts?
Ace king of hearts.
Oh, so he actually bet it on the come on the turn, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. I would have, that sucks. Oh, yeah, you had the 10 of hearts. Of course you couldn't have ace king of hearts. I think you got real unlucky. I would have checked the turn. A lot of people would say, why would you check the turn with a straight?
Oh, if you were him?
What's that?
You would have checked the turn if you were him?
If I was you. I don't think you did. I mean, a lot of people say, how could you check a flush draw and made straight? Well, the guy called with something. And I
was also open-ended straight flush.
Right. You know, you could have led big at the turn, but he ain't going nowhere. He overbet the turn. Once you called, you just got f***ed, you know. It just depends. I'd have to be there. I don't think you did much wrong in the hand in any way. You could have just folded the turn.
Also, by far the most aggressive player at the table.
He was?
Yeah, by far.
I would have probably led the turn then if he was that type of aggressive. Because if he's that type of aggressive, he's going to put a big bet in on the turn. So I might have led for like 1,100 at the turn. But then if he calls 1,100, you know where you're at, and then you can dump it on the river if a heart hits. So.
Yeah, but it did hit.
So tough spot, buddy. You know, it's just one of those things.
All right. Well, last thing. I want to know why you blew up so bad in Heckler's Week.
Oh, my God. I blew up so bad, I know. Well, it was just so much fucking bullshit going on. We were having so much fun, and I was having so much fun I couldn't focus. And I told him on the interview afterwards.
That's what I figured, because it was an Insta all-in, and Shiki just said, you're doing it.
I believe me.
You did it.
I really played bad. I told everybody how poorly I played, and it really sucks, you know. And hopefully I told him the next Poker After Dark for next season, I'd like to at least have a couple of them where I don't have to play with every crazy lunatic where we have to make it a show. Instead of giving.
Well, because most people aren't watching it to watch Bobby Belandi, you know.
You know, but they're also watching for entertainment value, and boy, me and Sam Grizzle put it out.
Everyone wanted you to stick around.
Yeah, how about Sam Grizzle? Isn't he the funniest guy or what?
The funniest.
Funniest ever, dude.
I love the story that Helmuth told about him coming down one day saying he had a nightmare.
Yeah.
That he dreamt he had to play against himself.
Yeah, that's true. He's crazy. All right, guy, I got another call. Thanks for calling, man. Later.
Thank you. Bye.
Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike.
Hi, Mike. How you doing?
Good. Who's this?
Mike, can you hear me?
I do. Who's this?
This is Dan.
Dan, what's up, bud?
How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
I got a question. I'm coming to Vegas this summer for the World Series. I would consider myself like a casual player.
All right.
But I play, some mostly limit because I live here in Minnesota and that's all we have.
Right.
But then I also play some no-limit tournaments. And I'm just wondering, on a short bankroll, do you think it would be better to play like one of the 1,500 events at the World Series, or would it be better to play at like the Venetian Deep Stack tournament? Which one do you think would you play?
I personally would, on a short bankroll, would play some really, really, really small sit and goes online, and learn how to play sit and go satellites, and get real good at them, and then come to the World Series and play satellites and win your way into as many tournaments as you can.
Okay, so you think maybe try to satellite in the World Series event?
Well, I just think that if you hone your skills on, because if you get real good playing nine-handed sit and goes online, you'll be able to win plenty of them at the World Series, and that'll give you an opportunity to play in more events than you want to play in. So.
Right. Do you know what Bellagio's going to have that cup thing they have every year? Are they going to have
they're going to have it.
Times the World Series?
Yeah,
they're going to have it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So.
But I think you could satellite yourself in, and the World Series has the worst poker players in the world. There's no bigger dead amount of tournaments than the World Series. So, I mean, there's like 3,000 people every tournament, and 2,500 of them got no clue.
Right.
So, all right, man. Well, thanks for the call.
All right, Mike.
Thanks for waiting.
Good luck.
And
Good
have
luck
a great
in the World
day.
Series and everything.
What's that?
Good luck.
Thanks.
Good luck
Bye-bye.
in the World Series and everything.
I will. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike. What's going on?
Hey, Mike. What's going on?
What do you be, brother?
Good. It's James, Honolulu, Hawaii.
Hawaii. I love Hawaii.
Yeah, until last time you've been over here, man. They don't have any poker tournaments over here.
I know. I haven't been there since 2000, I think 2001 or 2000 I went to Maui. That was the last time I was there. I love Hawaii.
7 years ago, huh?
Yeah, a long time ago. I love Hawaii.
Yeah, you got to come back over here.
Yeah, definitely.
Weather's nice.
Fucking the rainbows cost me like $100,000, so I'm in. If I come over there, I'm gonna kill all the football players.
You bet on that Georgia game?
I did, and like an idiot, you know.
Wow.
I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, I thought that, you know, when the lines makers make a line spread of like 8.5, and it looks like the other team should, like, from a power conference, should crush them. You think usually the line makers know what they're doing, because it was at 7, it went to 8.5. So you're going. You know, I thought they didn't have a chance, but then you know, before the game, but. When the lines maker makes a line like that, they're usually pretty sharp, but they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, well, they didn't come to play that day, man. I know Hawaii; they were 12-0, and they did not come to play.
Well, I mean, they were just
way.
They were They were just manhandled at the line of scrimmage. I mean,
yeah, they were getting manhandled by Georgia. Those guys are too big. Hawaii is.
It was like the Patriots against Miami. You had one team that was 300 pounds up front, and the other team was like, they had no chance. The guy never could get a pass off. I mean, it was ridiculous. But you got any poker questions for me?
Yeah, you know, I was over at Bellagio this past December at that Cup 3.
Mm-hmm.
I played in one of the satellites, the $1,500 satellite,
right,
to get into that $15,000 tournament.
Right.
And right off the bat, I get pocket aces.
Right.
Right off the bat, my first hand, and the guy raises 500. You know, we start with 3,000 in chips, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think where he was at. He was right next to the dealer. I was on the other side of the dealer. So where does that put me?
You're in small blind?
Spot. Yeah. Well, I wasn't small blind. I was on the other side.
Oh, you're on the other side of him? I don't know. Start with the guy made it 500. What was? I probably would have made it like 1,300.
Yeah, so I raise him like another 1,000, and then he goes all in.
And you called, and
I of course I call.
And he had kings, and he hit a king, right?
No, he had deuces, and he hit a deuce. Well,
there you go. Welcome to the life of my life.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Poker, it's all skill. Start with the worst.
Yeah, but there's nothing. I talked to a couple of the pros that were in there that day. I told them about what happened. I said, you know what? There's nothing I could do with that situation. Huh? Pocket aces against that. And
listen, I lose a hand like that 5 times a day, every day. Sometimes more.
Wow.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
You just
nothing you can do.
You could be the greatest player in the world. If you ain't lucky, you ain't never gonna win.
Yeah. Hey, I do a lot of practicing on Full Tilt Poker. .com or .net here.
Yep.
I've been playing in these Poker After Dark round 2s.
Cool.
Haven't made one yet, but I'm trying to get there.
Well, keep trying. If you see me playing, say hello. Say this is so-and-so from Hawaii, but you got to do it in cap letters or else I won't know who you are.
Yeah, I will.
All right. Take care, man. Thanks for the call.
Thank you very much, Mike.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye.
Welcome to the Mouthpiece. You are my last caller of the day. Who is this?
Hey, Mike. This is Scott.
Hi, Scott. How you doing, buddy? Where are you from?
Upstate New York.
New York. I just came from that area. I was down at the Borgata 2 days ago. Just flew in yesterday.
Wondering, Mike, one of my New Year's resolutions this year was to, I'm kind of a, I was a recreational player, but I'm trying to take the game more seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I'm trying to do is separate life money, I guess you'd call it, and poker money. I've always kind of mingled the two together, and when I have a nice win, you pay some bills with it, but now I don't want to do that anymore. I want to try to build a bankroll.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what is the best method to do that? I mean,
to build a bankroll?
Tournaments? Yeah.
Well, you're talking about a guy that puts his bankroll in action every day, so I'm probably not the guy to talk to. But no, actually, to build a bankroll is, never really risk more than 5% of your bankroll in any game. So if you have $1,000, you should be playing a limit where the most you lose is $50. If you have $5,000, you should be playing a limit where the most you lose is $250. If you never put more than 5% of your bankroll in action in any given day, you will always, and you're a solid player, you'll build your bankroll up. But that's the correct way to do it. Now, there's also the Mike Matusow way of doing it is you get 5,000, you jump in the biggest game you can get in for 5,000, and you run it into like 20,000, and you take that 20,000 and you get into the next biggest game, and then you try and run it up to like $1 million by the end of the week. Now, that's the other way you could do it, and then you go broke and you start all over. But the correct way to do it is the way I just said it is don't ever risk more than 5% of your bankroll.
Okay. I'll go with a 5% rule.
Yeah,
and,
5% is pretty good unless you're a real degenerate gambler like me.
No, I'm very conservative.
My way of going though is a lot of fun. I mean, you get a big rush.
Well, you know. And is playing small tournaments, if I'm a good tournament player, is that really the best way to build it?
Tournaments? You'll never make you'll never make money playing tournaments. Tournaments
really?
are a crapshoot. I mean, you got to hit a lightning ball in the sky. I mean, you just I don't. If I tell people all the time if I had to just use my own money and be on the tour full time, there's no way I could survive. I mean, it's almost impossible. It's just between the expenses, and we figured it out. It's like $600,000 a year to travel the tour, and that means that you have to get at least one second place finish a year to break even. And there's only 32 people that make a second place finish a year. So out of the 600 people, 600 that play every tournament, how many people are going to survive? So
okay, well, that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Call me anytime. And if you have any other questions, give me a buzz.
All right.
All right, take care, bud.
Take it easy.
We're out of here. Thank you for watching The Mouthpiece. I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. We'll be back next week. This is Mike The Mouth Matusow, checking on in, checking on out. Later.